My name is Pastor Neil Shorey, and I counseled Drew and Stacy Peterson in 2006 and 2007. It was a large church, so I was the counseling pastor for the whole church. I probably knew both of them better than anybody else knew them in the church. I recall my first meeting with Stacy after a service one day on a Sunday. We met at a coffee shop right down the street, and she said that often Drew had some jealousy, but it was okay because it really just meant that he loved her a lot. But I knew that something was wrong. It didn't seem like a healthy marriage. One of the times I met with Drew and Stacy at their kitchen table, she said, I went to see my sister who was dying of cancer. And when she came home, Drew held her against a wall, and he forced her to take articles of clothing off, and he accused her of being with another man. And she told me this in front of him. And I remember thinking, I cannot believe that I'm hearing this right now. And I glanced over at Drew, and he just looked cold. There was no affect. It was like looking at a reptile. He just stared ahead. And after she said that, she started sobbing. He stands up and he said, well, I think that's about enough for me now. Thanks for coming. And he reached out, shook my hand, and walked out of the room. And he left me sitting there with Stacy at the table. And I remember thinking, I've got to get out of this house as fast as possible. And I remember at one point praying with Stacy at the table, and I literally kept my right eye open when I prayed, which is not anything I would ever do, because I think he was trying to intimidate me in that moment.